Hi, and welcome to the Sagebrush Happy Hour Journal for January 2nd, 2025. I'm already starting to have to remember to write 2025 instead of 2024. I already made that mistake once on a Facebook post, and they were like, was that a year ago? No. So it was 2025. And so we're kind of going toward tax season, and we're starting to think about just the economics and that sort of thing. And so over the next couple of entries, I'm going to talk about being semi-retired, and I think that kind of rolls into the whole theme of being off grid. And so what I consider myself semi-retired is that we basically I left my teaching job in Colorado and we moved down here to New Mexico, and we bought this home outright, and basically kind of retired to this remote location off grid. And the reality of it is, with collecting Social Security and my pensions and that sort of thing, is that we're only making about a little over $100 a day in passive income and from Social Security and my pension. And that's not really enough quite to make ends meet out here. So I do need some supplemental income. And also the other thing is that you would think that without a mortgage that you're basically kind of expense free. And we've bought our car outright, so we don't have a car payment. But the reality is that we have our property taxes, which are over $2,000 a year, and then we have, your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance, monthly bills, bills like propane, which is still a utility bill, even though we're off grid. We Other expenses that you just basically don't really plan on, but they seem to kind of mount up and add up to quite a bit of money. And then add on top of that the inflation and the grocery prices. And basically our grocery budget, our grocery and alcohol budget is doubled in the last year and a half. And so all these things are kind of, weighing heavy on the economic scene. And so one of the things that happened is I noticed when we went to vote this year that there was a ballot initiative about renewing the veterans deduction for property taxes. And so I had heard nothing about this in the 7 years that we had lived here before. And there was just basically no notifications or anything on our property taxes that me as a veteran could get a $4,000 deduction from our property taxes, our assessed value on our property taxes. So it's not $4,000 off of our property taxes, but it's $4,000 off of the assessed value of our home. And so this is one of those things that it's just like there's some of these things that will reduce your expenses, but you have to know where to find them. And then that was one of these things that I was like, oh, really? We can get that. And so that's going to only apply to our 2025 taxes. And we're still paying our 2024 property tax. And then some other things that, I just had not planned on really economically is going into retirement is that one of the things that you don't realize, well, you do realize it, is that your IRA money, whenever you draw from that IRA, that money is actually income taxable. And so while Social Security is not necessarily federally income taxable, it is in our state on the state taxes. Is our Social Security income is taxable, and then of course any money that we draw from our IRA is taxable. So we're still paying some income taxes, and so that's one of those things that I would advise younger people to go ahead and get those Roth IRAs so that you pay your taxes today when you're earning money, and that so that you won't have to pay income taxes when you're retired. So those are just a couple of my observations so far on being semi-retired. I'll talk about a few more as we go on, so I don't want to bore you too long today. So that's my entry for today, and cheers.